If you had one prime lens to take on your dream photography vacation, what would it be? Now, if you're like a lot of photographers I know, you're thinking 35mm, and that's what we've got here today. Sigma's 35mm f1.2 DGDN are full frame lens for Sony mirrorless cameras. Now, when Sigma first came out with the Art Series lineup, their first lens was the 35mm f1.4, and now that they're coming out with their first 1.2 lens, it's also 35mm. Here's the kicker though, this lens is designed specifically for the full frame mirrorless camera systems. It comes with the Sony E mount and L mount for Panasonic and Leica. How do you Nikon and Canon DSLR shooters out there feel about being left out? Well, drop me a line and I'd really like to know what you think. So why is the 35mm focal length so prized by photographers? Well, because it's such a versatile focal length. Now, it will give you decently wide view for landscapes as well as more standard focal length for street photography and travel. Now, I think it's an incredible lens that you can use for environmental portraits, as you can see from some of the sample photos we took. And because it opens to an amazing f1.2 aperture to let every bit of light in, you can shoot in any lighting situation, dusk, dawn, indoors, and at low light weddings and events. Now, all that light gathering capability comes at a price. The cost and weight has increased. This new lens at 2.5 pounds is about a pound more than the Sigma f1.4 version. Using a battery grip with this gives it a nice counterbalance, and I'd say its optical performance is worth the effort. This lens is incredibly sharp, even when shot wide open. It showed very little distortion or color fringing. The large f1.2 aperture is also a plus when trying to separate your subject dramatically from the background. Its 11-blade rounded diaphragm creates an awesome bokeh effect, and 17 elements in 12 groups. Impressive, right? It's pretty impressive that they managed to keep it at this size and weight. It has a solid feel of the Art Series lenses, especially of the big ones they've recently released, the 28 and the 40mm f1.4. And like those, it has the weather sealing you need to shoot in any environment. Now, it has some unique features. It's one of the first Global Vision Series Sigma lenses to feature a manual aperture ring, which is great. And what I really appreciate is that it can be declicked with the flick of a switch right on the barrel of the lens. Now, all you hybrid shooters who like to do both video and photo will love that. Who likes aperture clicks while shooting video? Nobody. And like most Art Series lenses, it does not have stabilization, but that's okay because most Sony shooters have the 5-axis image stabilization built into the camera. Now, when it comes to autofocus, the lens is fast and precise. You can thank its large hypersonic motor, and of course, like most Art Series lenses, it has full-time manual focus control by simply rotating the focus ring anytime. It has a built-in autofocus lock button that can be assigned additional functions, and that feature is coming in a bit. We have to wait for firmware updates from Sigma to be able to customize it. Now, even when shooting video at wider apertures, this lens can nail focus since it works with Sony's responsive face detect and continuous AF system in the camera. And of course, you can use it with Sony's eye detect in photos. And soon with the new A7R Mark IV, you'll have it in both stills and video. The combo of this lens and the new 61 megapixel full frame camera body is going to be sick. Having an f1.2 lens in your camera bag is great, no doubt about it. And the fact that it's a 35mm is going to make a lot of professional photographers happy. Now, check out the description box below for the price and a listing of all the specs. Now, do you think Sigma should come out with more 1.2 lenses? What should be the next one? 50mm, 85mm, or maybe a wider like a 24mm f1.2? Make sure to let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.